You wouldn't even wish I was taller? Don't mind the time skip. Now it's my turn to smile. Nope. Why? Because you look cuter when you're tiny. Instantaneously, she breaks away from me and whips around to deliver a swift punch to my shoulder. There wasn't enough force behind it to leave a mark, and it's obvious she meant it as a joke. I'm not cute! I grin more as I rub the sore spot on my shoulder. I'm teasing, of course, but you are totally cute. She huffs in mock annoyance, and the subject is dropped altogether. A few minutes pass, and I glance at my watch. It's 2 minutes past the time we were supposed to leave already. Nasuki must be aware of the time too, and she's visibly losing patience. Look, Skibbity Toilet, I don't think Sayori's coming anytime soon. So let's just go before we're late. I want to argue, and know that I probably should, but I can't think of any good reason to wait longer, so I just nod and agree. She turns away and starts walking down the street, so I jog to catch up to her. After a few moments, Nasuki remembers that she doesn't know her way around this part of town very well yet, so she lets me take the lead the rest of the way. I tell her that she'll learn the route pretty quickly since there are very few turns and it's mostly straight for half a mile after that. We arrive a few minutes before the bell rings, indicating the start of a new school day. On the one hand, I dread the upcoming classes, but on the other hand, there's at least the literature club after school. I let the thoughts sink in. I actually look forward to the club meetings these days. It's only been a few weeks, but I've noticed a massive turnaround in my view of the club. I definitely read that wrong, damn. I make a mental note to thank Nasuki for those cupcakes on my first day. I probably wouldn't have met her otherwise. The thought saddens me, but also seems utterly foreign at the same time. I can't imagine life without her now. Is that what happens when you meet someone special? Hey, Skibbity Toilet, are you spacing out again? Sort of, but it's not important. What's up? I can tell Nasuki is a little annoyed. I said I'm gonna go to class! Okay, but before you go, I beckon her, and she steps closer with an impatient expression. I kiss her without warning. I can sense her tensing for a moment before she relaxes and reciprocates the gesture. It's not very long, nor is it particularly intense, but the passion and warmth is there. It's only a moment later when Nasuki pulls herself away and I immediately find myself longing for the sensation once again. Out of the corner of my eye and off in the distance, I notice a gaggle of... What the fuck is a gaggle? A gaggle of classmates standing around and staring at us. Ooh. They're entirely female and, as I recall, among the more popular students. But not the type of popular that Monica is. I seem to remember Monica even mentioning them specifically. They're the sort of people I'll read this in Monica's voice. They're the sort of people I can't stand, she said, or something to that effect. I decide not to mention anything to Nasuki to prevent ruining the moment. If they want to judge and make snarky comments, that's their choice. It has nothing to do with me or Nasuki. Nasuki, on the other hand, is blushing furiously and struggling to keep any sense of indifference on her face. You're cute when you're not frustrated. You're cute when you're flustered. Shut up! I'm leaving now! With that, she turns away and walks briskly into the school building, and I'm left with a horde of faceless students on all sides. Wow. Classes are over for the day. Sayori wasn't... Oh, no. Oh, no, Sayori. No. Oh, no. What's wrong with Sayori? Oh, shit. As worried as I am about it, I manage to push the thought into the back of my mind. I instead focus on my girlfriend. It's still kind of strange to think of her like that. We talked in science class, not about anything in particular, just talked. And later during lunch we ate together. Even after all that, I still find myself craving her company. It's like when she's gone, I'm missing a part of myself. It feels lonely. That's another thing. I wonder if I really had been lonely before and now I'm just starting to notice it. There is a saying, ignorance is bliss. It's hard to say where I stand on that. Was I happy before? I know I'm not unhappy now. And I wasn't unhappy back then. but I do fully recognize that I wasn't living the most exciting of lives. The literature club, Nasuki, and all the girls around me have pulled me out of my comfort zone. But how long could I have gone without knowing Nasuki or Yuri or Monica before I would have felt something different? Would I ever stop being unhappy? I shake the heavy thoughts from my head as I reach the clubroom door. I wonder if I should wait for Nasuki before I go inside. I don't really want to bring a lot of attention to ourselves. However, the decision is made for me when Nasuki approaches me to my right. Hey! Hey, how was your day? It was fine. I was thinking about you a lot, though. I wish we had more classes together. Yeah, same here. But we live together, so I guess we can't complain too much. Maybe the distance at school isn't the worst thing in the world. I wouldn't want you to get sick of me so easily. Nasuki slugs me in the arm. Dummy! So this is our first club meeting since we became official, huh? Do you think the girls will notice something is different? Nothing's different, Skibbity Toilet. Well, we did do that. Suki snickers. Do you think the other girls are like sharks when it comes to pheromones or something? I guess I'm just nervous about how I'll come off. Don't be. We'll be fine. Nasuki takes my hand, asserting that she wants the other girls to notice us. Oh shit. I don't complain and I open the clubroom door, walking inside with Nasuki. Oh, the others are gonna be so... Oh, we quickly notice Yuri sitting there, expectedly. What we don't expect, however, is the look she throws our way as we walk in and head for the closet. Did you notice Yuri looked at us kinda dirty there? No, I didn't see that. Someone's bad at lying. Oh shit. Nasuki grabs a random manga carelessly, which is odd considering she's usually very careful about how her volumes are handled. She nearly killed me over it when we first met. I remember that because that was in, the OG game. Technically in this too, but I didn't focus on this one. She seems a little absent-minded. As we sit down and open the book to read it, someone else walks into the room. Hi, everybody! Hello, Sayori. Do you mind if we speak privately? There's something I'd like to discuss with you. That sounds a little sketchy. I shrug it off and start to read some more, then try to get Nasuki's attention so she can turn the page, but when I look at her, she's not even paying attention to the book. Nasuki? Huh? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm just fine. Let's keep reading. I really like this volume. There's something off here. There's something very off. Something's about... Look, how normal is this normal mod? Is something about to happen here? This doesn't feel good. Yeah, me too. A moment later, Monica, tardy as always to her own club, enters the room and is quickly beckoned by Yuri to join in on her and Sayori's conversation. This congregation on the other side of the room is making me anxious. It's very suspicious that Yuri wanted to talk to everyone in the club except Nasuki and me. I stand up to address the situation. Skibbity Toilet, wait, don't! Hey, is there something going on here you'd rather we not be in the know about? Hey, Skibbity Toilet. At least Sayori's cheerfulness is still all present. Hi, Sayori. Do you care to fill me in on what's going on here?
Skibbity Toilet. Let's talk outside for a minute. Just one-on-one.
Uh-oh. I look at Yuri, who's still yet to say a word to me, then look at Sayori, who's looking back and forth between myself, Nasuki sitting on the other... Between myself and Nasuki sitting on the other end of the room. There's a lot of typos here. As I walk out the door with Monica, I notice Sayori sit down and start rubbing an eraser up and down the desk. Oh, there's something going on here. Monica and I leave the room and close the door behind us, and she starts to speak up.
Listen, Skibbity Toilet, I want to preface this by saying I'm not taking anyone's side here. If I'm being honest, I think Yuri is being a little too reactive. But she's concerned.
About what? Monica sighs.
She's concerned about how you're influencing Nasuki.
Excuse me? I'm gonna have to give that purple-haired snob a piece of my...
Hey, relax.
Monica grabs me by the arm to pull me back to my previous spot and calm me down.
Look, she's being very vague, but essentially she's worried about the impact you and Nasuki's relationship will have on club affairs. I don't want you to think I'm trying to get between you and Nasuki, but I think it'd be best to take things a little more subtly when the club is in session.
Really? You're trying to suppress our relationship just because Yuri is kind of uncomfortable?
It's not just Yuri.
What are you... Oh. I think about the way Sayori looked at me a minute ago. Wonder if she's being affected by this too.
Look, I want you and Nasuki to be happy, but this club is important to me and I don't want it to fall apart at the seams.
Sounds like you don't trust us.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't put words in my mouth, Skibbity Toilet.
Sorry. Something about that shift in her tone is her... What? Something about that shift of tone in her voice was very alarming and intimidating.
As club president, and as your friend, I just want what's best for everyone in the club. And like I said, I'm not taking sides here. I'm looking at things objectively, not emotionally.
I absorb what Monica says, and as long as she's speaking purely objectively, I guess I can't argue with her. I'll do whatever she thinks is right so that the club can stay intact. Monica and I return to the room and catch sight of Yuri and Sayori now minding their own business while Nasuki waits impatiently for my return. I give Monica a nod of understanding, then walk over to Nasuki. I'm sorry, excuse me. I feel like Nasuki should know about what Monica and I just talked about, but I know how she can be, and I don't want her to snap in the middle of the club meeting. I want to heed Monica's advice, so maybe it'd be best to spend the time with someone else during the club meeting today. But then Nasuki's gonna think that we're trying to distance from her. Fuck. This isn't working out too well. This is not good. Hey Nasuki, listen. You and I spend a lot of time together, right? Yeah, duh. Well, club is one time we have where we can do something a little different. Why don't we take advantage of that and spend some time with someone else? You don't want to read with me? No, that's not it. I'd love to read with you, but I think we should expand our horizons a little bit, you know? I don't want us to forget that we have more people in our lives than just each other. Everyone here really cares about each other, so let's let them know we care about them. That's a good save. He is saving it. That's good. Nasuki forces a smile at first, but soon it looks genuine. Sure, I'd like to do that. I wouldn't want to get sick of you so easily. You little jerk. Nasuki smiles at me. You little fucking piece of shit. So, who are you going to spend time with? Oh, shit. Sayori is my best friend. Fuck Yuri! Fuck you, Yuri! I don't even like you anyways. I can spend time with Sayori today. I'm sure she misses me. Okay, I'll hang out with Yuri then. She seems hesitant, but before I can speak up and see if she wants to switch places, she stands up and walks towards Yuri. Well, guess there's nothing left to do except kick it with Sayori. Why was Nasuki so upset about that specifically? Did she want me to go for Yuri? Because... oh, fuck. I'm bad with women, man. This is not good. I stand up and walk over to the desk next to Sayori, then take a seat. Hey, Sayori.
Oh, hi, Skibbity Toilet. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm... good. Really good.
Glad to hear that.
What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be reading with Nasuki?
Nah, we decided to do something else, so I'm gonna spend my club time with you. If that's okay with you.
Aw, that's so sweet.
I'm fucking stupid.
Aw, that's so sweet, Skibbity Toilet. Of course it's okay with me. I've missed you, to be honest.
Okay, my game's kind of bugging out again. Called it. So have I. I smile at Sayori and she beams back at me. So, what do you want to do? Oh my god, my fucking computer. Well, recently I've started to get into musicals. Really? That's super cool. The only musical I've ever seen Sayori watch before this point has been one we watched as kids together. But it was a movie, not a live show. Holy shit, I already fucking clicked.
Uh-huh. And I think that musicals are a really super cool form of literature.
Are they even literature to begin with?
Hey, they have scripts that have words that are written on paper.
Not sure that counts. Oh, come on, computer.
Can we just pretend?
Ah, okay, that's fine, Sayori. So what do you want to do to celebrate? Celebrate what? Wait, what? Celebrate?
I was gonna try looking for a script to a musical I like and read lines. I think acting would be fun. Do you want to help me?
You want me to read lines with you? Holy fuck, come on.
Yeah!
I've never acted before in my life, but it'd make Sayori happy, and I don't think I could pass that up. And who knows, maybe I'll end up enjoying it too. Sure thing. So what musical is it? Something silly like the ones we watched as kids? It's not gonna be something silly, it's gonna be something scary, I bet. This is when the game turns.
No, it's actually a little bit of a heavy one.
Oh?
It's about a guy with social anxiety who tries to make the family of his recently deceased classmate believe he was his best friend.
What the fuck? It's about a guy with social anxiety who tries to make the family of his recently deceased classmate believe... What the fuck? That's fucked up.
And he has to carry a lie for months on into his family because he doesn't want to break their hearts. But soon he starts to realize that because of this family, he finally found people who accept him for who he is, which is what he wanted for his whole life.
Sayori, what the fuck? Holy crap. Holy crap, Lois. Sayori, that is really heavy. I wouldn't think you'd be into something like that.
Me either, but it was so awesome when I first watched it. And believe it or not, it's actually a comedy. Just kind of a dark one.
Wow.
So let me find the script and we can run lines together.
Sounds great. Sayori finds a portion of this show's script to read lines from, and she and I assign roles. I quickly realize that Sayori is actually a very good actress, at least compared to the Driftwood-esque performance I'm giving. Driftwood? Sayori, have you ever thought about trying out for school plays? I think you'd be really good at it.
You think so? I wouldn't want to embarrass myself, but if you really think I'm good at it, maybe I'll give it a shot.
I think you'd do awesome. I think you'd do Skibbity Sigma Toilet Riz.
Thanks for the support, Skibbity Toilet. You're so great.
You're welcome, Sayori. I just worry whatever role you'd get, you'd have to take off your big red bow. That's like your defining characteristic. I'd hate to see it off of you. Come on. Just so y'all know, I have an Apple MacBook computer from like 2019. This is what I'm doing right now.
You really like my bow that much?
Of course I do. It always puts me in a good mood. The bow. The bow specifically.
Then I'll make sure to always have it on when you're around.
Thanks, Sayori. That's very cool. Oh. Soon after the club meeting ends, and Monica dismisses the four of us. Wow. Oh my god, this fucking computer, come on! Come on, man! Don't die on me. Don't die on me. I meet Natsuki outside the club room, then take her hand and swing our arms back and forth as we walk and talk. Aw. Holy fuck. Come on, just please let me finish this part out. So how'd it go with Sayori? It went pretty well. It was great. I learned Sayori's actually a very good actress. Believe it or not. My god. Really? That's awesome. Come on, this is a fucking graphic novel. I could never get on stage in front of people. I'd be so nervous. Sayori said the same thing, but I'm encouraging her to put herself out there and audition for the school play. I think it would be very Sigma of her. You're really supportive. I'm glad to have someone like you behind me. I'll always be happy to support you, Natsuki. How'd it go with Yuri, by the way? It was okay, I guess. We had some tea together. But somehow she knew we were living together, which threw me off. Did you say anything? No, I didn't, but that's really strange. How the fuck would she know that? She was also really quiet. Yuri's always quiet. Yeah, but I don't know. I might be overthinking. I hope I didn't do anything to offend her. I'm sure you didn't, Natsuki. Is what I'm telling myself and her so I don't make her nervous. Walking for a bit longer, Natsuki and I finally arrived back home after what felt like the longest literature club meeting of our lives. I gotta move the mouse out of the way. Oh, hi! That's me! Oh my god, that's me! y'all were able to see the setup. Also, if y'all couldn't tell, it's a completely different day than like a minute ago. I'm recording this 2 days later. I just thought that I'd do it nonchalantly, but it is what it is. I mean, y'all saw the setup already. This is fucked. At home, Natsuki and I are prepared to put the day behind us and look ahead to tomorrow. Or more precisely, ahead to tonight at around 5:30. 5:30, the car missing. No text back, so just calls missing. Okay, Natsuki decides that she wants to start making dinner. What do we have? I haven't shopped in a little while. You don't say. She says that sarcastically as she opens a very painfully empty cabinet, letting the wind flow out of it. Sorry. I'm just picking on you. I'd be happy to start making grocery runs for us. You know, just as long as you learn how to clean after yourself better. Was that a fucking tumbleweed that just fell out of the... how empty is this cabinet? Naturally, I think back to the tornado, also known as me, that blew through my kitchen this morning when I tried to make breakfast. Alright, I get it. No need to pick on me so much. Did I hurt your feelings? She says that with sincere concern. No, don't worry. Oh, okay, good. I just don't want to actually offend you, you know. I'm sorry. A sundre who doesn't want to insult me? Which slice of life manga did I wake up in this morning? I let Natsuki take control of the kitchen for the time being, while she magically conjures up a dinner using nothing but instant noodles and soy sauce. I remember that I left the bedroom a bit of a mess this morning, and I adjourned to fix it up. God, they're throwing a whole load of big words at me. This is fucking stupid. I walk in and see mementos of our little experiment and immediately start to get hormonal. Oh my god. However, I choose to push the feelings down so I can focus on my chores. Still, it's weird knowing that I'm not a virgin anymore. Good for you, Skibbity Toilet. Skibbity Toilet lost his virginity. Good for Skibbity Toilet, that's all I'm gonna say. I still feel just about the same, and I feel like Natsuki must feel the same way too. It's not something I ever... Oh, iCloud storage is full. Let me get that off the screen. I'm sorry. My iCloud storage is pretty full. It's not something I ever particularly cared about, but it's comforting knowing I finally got to experience one of life's greatest wonders. And sharing that moment with a girl like Natsuki is something I'll always treasure. Once and for all, I stopped thinking about having... sex. Awesome. Then I start to pick stuff up off the floor. Nasuki's clothes sit on the ground, and I pick them up, then throw them in the hamper to be washed. I look at the box of belongings Nasuki brought with her, and realize that this outfit I just picked up is one of the very few she managed to fit into. I ought to sacrifice some of the money from my parents' stipend to let Nasuki go shopping soon. Not to mention, she might need some self-maintenance products like razors, shampoos, and other feminine things. I'm sure she has a lot of stuff at home, but I think she and I both agree that we don't want to venture back to her old house. Her father must be infuriated with her, and I both. I don't want to see what happens if I were to see him face to face. I'm scared I'd punch that piece of garbage in his mouth, assuming he doesn't do the same to me first. I finish picking up our dirty clothes, then I frustratingly attempt to make the bed. Once these tasks are complete and the room is more livable, I decide to take a break. My fat ass only did like 2 minutes of work. I leave my bedroom and reunite with Nasuki. She's in the kitchen cutting vegetables and boiling some water on the stove. Each time it fades to black, y'all are just gonna see my dumb ass sitting in a chair looking at this screen, man. Every single time. I should have recorded this at nighttime again, because this is gonna happen every fucking time. Whatever. She's in the kitchen cutting vegetables and boiling some water on the stove. I have to give her credit, she's doing a whole lot with very little at the moment. What are you working on? Trying to make some noodles with steamed veggies. Your pantry is not doing me any favors, but I can work some magic, just trust me. I do trust you, Nats. Where'd you learn to cook so well anyway? It was my mom who taught me. Your mom? You haven't mentioned her before, have you? What's she like? Hey, I don't really want a lot of distractions right now, so do you think you could, like... Oh, sure, no problem. Sorry to disturb you. It's okay, Skibbity Toilet. You should be finishing your chore too, you know. Well, pardon me for wanting to take a break. We don't take breaks in this house. We take action. You don't decide what we do in this house. Give it time. You'll learn that I can be very persuasive. I'll hold you to that. I leave the kitchen and return to the bedroom. Prepare... What? Whoa, oh my god, did I just have a fucking stroke? I leave the kitchen, then return to the bedroom, prepared to return to my tasks. I thought that was a typo. I walk up to the box Nasuki brought with her and sift through it for a few moments, mentally preparing places where her belongings can be safely stored. As I'm looking through, I catch sight of something at the bottom. I reach into it, and it feels dense, with the texture of worn leather. Oh god. I wrap my arms around it, then pull it out, careful not to inadvertently let anything above it spill out onto the floor. Extracting the curious item, I see that it's a large leather-bound book, which appears to be several decades old. I open the front cover, and written is a well-preserved calligraphy. It reads the Shimizu family cookbook. Huh. I wonder what's inside. Is that her last name? Nasuki Shimizu? I don't know. I very delicately flip through the pages of the book, as it seems any careless motion can tear one of these ancient pages. It's filled with dozens of noodle, rice, meat, and seafood dishes, as well as lots of desserts. I notice that the handwriting has some variation, implying that this has been written by multiple people. Sometimes there are notes in the margins and different handwritings on the same recipe, with suggestions for ingredient substitutes or different portion sizes. From what I can gather, this is a cookbook spanning several generations of women in Nasuki's kin. I even see 1 or 2 cupcake recipes that Nasuki herself seemed to write in this book. This is incredible. I have to ask her more about this, but we just went through her shit. She's not going to be happy with that.